We are here at Q Sound in wherever we are. Where are we? Varsity? Varsity, yeah. And hanging out with the boys from Kaosphere, celebrating their new release, In Scars We Trust. I guess because this is going to go on the YouTubes and it's going to go on the old audio. Let's start from you, and you can introduce yourselves to the people that I guess that will be listening and hear your voices but won't be able to see you.
I'm Tane, the lead guitarist for Kaosphere.
And I'm Leon, I'm the bass player.
I'm Ricky.
I'm Tane.
Sam on the drums.
So I'm not used to doing everybody. I mean, everyone's here, we're having a party, we're just missing some beers.
Yeah.
That's what we usually...
Too old to drink beers now, mate. On a school night.
On a school night. I know. Oh, you got a couple of sneaky jam ones. But, of course, I mean, the new album's come out. How's the response been from everyone on the internet, everyone that's heard it? I mowed the lawn to it today. I think I told you guys before. And it's fucking unreal.
How'd your lawn go then?
It's a really good response on Spotify. Like, even some of the songs we haven't expected have got a lot of streams. Like one of the songs alone, we haven't actually released as a single or done a video for yet, and it's our second most streamed song. So, yeah, it's kind
It's a different one for us, you know,
Yeah.
a bit more tuneful.
But yeah, the response has been good. We've sold a few already and had some good numbers on the streams and downloads.
Social media and that, yeah.
Yeah.
Going well.
Unreal.
I interviewed a guy for another thing, and he checked out Kaosphere, and it's pretty cool. He liked it.
Everyone,
It's a lot of hard work,
yeah,
as you would know.
I do know. But you guys spent, 2 years prepping this?
Yeah.
More, really.
We sort of just had to, COVID came, and we didn't really have much interest in getting involved in the COVID era.
Yep.
And we had lost our drummer at the time, so we thought, why not?
Well, everything was shut down, so we just had basically nothing better to do. Couldn't play any bloody gigs or anything, so
Started writing.
just hang
And
around
it was
home
like-
and just started writing and recording.
Then there was no pressure to pump it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No pressure to pump out the album. It was like, oh, it's COVID anyway.
Yeah.
Let's just work on it at our pace. So
Even when I joined 2 years ago, the writing process was already very advanced, and they'd started recording. So it's been many years in production because we were working on it for another, before I came, and then I've been for 2 years, and we're still working on it. So.
What changed? What do you think that when you joined? Was there a big
can
change?
see you, right?
Yeah. How was the change musically? Did the songs take on a different form?
Some of them we did quite a few different changes, and that some of the songs we even re-recorded, and we would go back and listen, and we're like, oh, maybe that should be more like that. So,
Well, it was more of a case we actually wrote and recorded each song pretty much individually by themselves. So we'll write one, then go into the studio, record it, and then go back, listen to it, go over it again, go back and fix up anything we wanted to until we're happy with it, and then we'll actually go home and write the next one, and then go and do the same. That was just the process. So it was like doing a whole lot of singles pretty much all the way through.
each song was approached as being a single, basically, and then but it was eventually an album. One song at a time.
Did you write more than what was recorded? Did you have like a bunch of songs where you had to cull some or keep some for some B-sides?
No, not really, because at the taste we basically would sit down, we'd write them as we go, so we'd write them, go record them, then we'll come up with new riffs and write a whole new song around that, go and record them. So we never really had any spare songs or anything like that. We did put a couple of songs on that were old riffs from old songs written years ago, and just kind of revamp them again or rewrite the whole song again, or use old songs that were done before and rewrite them as a new influence and all that.
There was at least one song where it wasn't quite there, and rather than discard that as a B-side, we actually rearranged the order of the riffs and wrote new bridging riffs and May I had extra choruses added. So I think that rather than go, oh, that song's not as good as the others, it was how can we work it up to the same level over a period of time.
Were you guys playing May I for a while before? Was there a different version of that song that you used to play?
We played it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely played it for a couple of months because we wanted to test them out.
Yeah.
Before we released it.
Also Insomniac, we did actually a song Insomniac.
Yeah.
The old version of May I only had one chorus,
Yeah.
so it was a much heavier, punchier song because it still has now the same amount of heavy blast beats and things that it had before, but now it has 3 choruses. So whereas before it was just one chorus, so it was a shorter, punchier song. But the producer thought, hey, this song I think could be a bit more listenable to a wider audience or whatever if we expand the choruses.
It's a banger of a chorus. It's a really good fucking chorus, and I think it's pretty heartfelt too. You know,
for me singing it, it was stretching, learning. I could say I was learning a lot of how to sing like that. It was difficult, I must say, and it was unknown for me. So it was trying to get there, make sure I don't pitch, and
Outside of your comfort zone.
definitely outside my comfort zone. Yeah. But
that's what it's about, isn't it? It's trying new things and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
The whole album's an evolution of all of the skills of all of the instruments because the arrangements are more complex. There's more patterns, there's more variety, there's more styles blended into single songs. There's a bigger representation across all the songs. So I think that this is, Kaosphere plus the years that has been an expansion since the EP and that sort of thing.
it's diverse as well. It's it's definitely a journey. You can hear that in there. It's got some real heavy bits, and then it's got the melodic stuff as well that I think is going to really hit people, emotionally as well. And I think some of the themes and concepts on it are very relatable. Especially to some, to people that I've known throughout the years. Lyrically, a lot of it is personal to you, Ricky, right? Like a lot of that stuff that you've been through.
True. Yep. Every song, apart from one of the tracks which Sam actually did the lyrics for, and then I sung it. But apart from that, all the rest, I pretty much conjured up, the plot of the song and the hook, and we worked on it together. Leon sung in alone as well with Tane, Little T.
And Little T did
Bit of hip hop
singing
in
that
there.
as well. Yeah, bit of rap.
Sounds unreal, eh?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Do you want to? Hey, grab the mic. Give us a. Everyone's attacking. Everyone's like, yeah. So, how was it working on with from your point of view?
Just all learning, really. Just learning and watching and just trying to get better, really. Just trying to get better, bro. Really.
And I think you guys have done it. Like, as I said, it's a diverse, heavy record, and I think it really touches up upon a lot of subjects that people are relating to. What are you hoping that people take away from this album and maybe put in their own life,
Well, that we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat together, pretty much, because a lot of the songs are basically written about true life. Real things that happen in our society that a lot of people don't actually like to talk about. Domestic violence and drug abuse and war, and then with everything else that's going on around us at the moment in these times, it's basically how the lyrics is basically saying everyone, well, we're all in the same boat. So the stories we're writing about will actually connect with a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. You recorded with Capo at Core.
Man, for sure.
Again, right?
Yeah.
So, you've worked with him many times before. How did he bring the best out of you this time?
Well, I think for this time, we actually normally we go in there with everything. We just go, we're going to record this,
Yeah.
right? This time we went in there and we said, we just got all these riffs and we got all these songs, and we're going to basically produce each song in your studio and give Capo. He can actually indulge in the song and have his opinions on it, and instead of just us going in there and going, right, this is how the song's going to go. And he sort of got more involved in it.
Because we're going with a bare basic bones of a song, like this riff is a verse, this riff is a chorus, this is a bridge, these are the riffs for the song, and then we'll basically lay down the bones of the actual track down, and then we'll go back over it, and we'll put a bridge in here, and we'll change the chorus around over to here, or we'll change the key of this, or we'll change the speed of this, and we just experimented through and played with things until we got things sounding really good.
Yeah, it definitely had a different feel to it, because as opposed to other times recording, you know, like you get, as you said, you go in and you record. This was more like hanging out and being with it and just slowing down and taking the time to actually communicate and build the song piece by piece. It wasn't like you were working and had to get done. It was more like, we're here. How does it happen? How do we bring the best out of it, regardless of how long that takes or what the process is? But we just let it happen, and
like
it was good.
Tane said, like learning. We were learning about the studio as well, and what things do in the studio, you know, and what sounds best and what works best. It's sometimes you have all these ideas in your head how it works. You get there in the studio and it's like, that's not
Sounds different. Sounds
Yeah.
different when you get it down.
that's not what I had in my head.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just been a curve, and then hopefully we can keep going with the curve and keep learning and making better tunes.
That's the one.
And the videos are unreal too. Did you guys? Who filmed it?
There's a couple of people.
Yeah.
People, yeah. Different videographers do it. That
Yeah.
we use. Alex Nelson, of course, and
Bob from One Way Boulevard.
Boulevard.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a friend of Nick from Cause, so he
Okay.
kind of put us onto him.
Yeah, he's one of Nick Carpenter's friends. Yeah.
Alex Nelson. And
Yeah, we did Alex with May I, and he did a great job. And then Bok did Chainbreaker and Bring Out the Dead.
And Adrian Rosser did the
Walk
Cry.
Cry.
Yeah, the
Lyric video for it. Yeah.
And he did a really good job of it. So that was awesome.
Yeah. Old Adrian.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, they're unreal videos.
Yeah.
And a lot went into it, you know.
Yeah. A lot of hard work. Leon did a lot of work on
Bring Out the Dead.
Bring Out the Dead. He did all the props. And built all that.
Spotlight and Bunnings.
Yeah.
An amount of hours I spent sitting there after work just painting and making props for that video. It was an incredible amount of hours, mate.
And where are they? Where are the props now? Where do you
Well,
keep
I've got
them?
all the props at my place.
Yep.
So, eventually, I'll probably actually end up bloody autographing them all off and selling them.
Hey, that's a really good idea.
yeah, because we've got scales and music boxes,
Yeah.
and candle holders and Ouija boards and
All handmade.
all handmade.
Stuff from Spotlight.
Yeah.
And Chainbreaker, I pretty much we got some people, some actors,
Yeah.
and I gave him a stage plot, and Box sort of ran with it, and he sort of manifested all these ways to do it, and then bang.
I
He's really good.
I played the nasty person in that one.
But you're such a good dude.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the same with All Is Lost as well in the old videos too. You know, always playing the bad person.
So well,
But I think there's definitely
I play the villain. I play villains very well.
maybe there's some merch ideas in that because have you heard of a band called Belushi Speedball from America? They have the most creative merch like around. They actually have a pizza, slices of pizza that play the single from the album. So he makes them he spent hours. He can only make 5 a week, so he's got all these back orders. But he puts the pizza in resin with a speaker and a little button, and it plays the single "My Favorite Color Is Pizza." So
Really?
yeah, it's the first bit of food item that plays music.
wicked.
So you could come. Hey, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, ideas.
you know, you never know. Yeah, those props could play singles?
Yeah. Well, I know. I know
music
how to
box
make,
that plays
I know
the
how to make
song.
scales and that now. So
Hey, there you
Music
go.
boxes and everything. So
Oh, music box.
yeah.
There you go.
Open up and it plays a Kaosphere thing.
A Ouija board that spells out the lyrics.
That's it. As it goes,
Yeah,
and the rappy parts, it's like. Hey, see?
It's halfway there.
Yeah, see? I think you guys need your own beer.
Oh,
Chaos beer. See?
I've thought about that a lot.
Have you?
Metal
So-
bands have.
I want a whiskey. I
I
want a
want to make
whiskey.
my own hot sauce.
Yeah, hot sauces
hot
have been
sauce.
popular for a long time in metal.
I like my chilies. I grow them at
Civ
home.
used to make one, the Lisbon, or
I've got
wherever they're
quite a
from.
few hot ones, and I've tested it on the boys a few times.
Yeah.
And they're pretty. They
Put
go all
put
right.
banana
Yeah.
put banana and mango in there with it. If you make a chili sauce and put banana and mango in there.
In sauce?
And
Oh,
sauce
see, ladies and gentlemen, that writes itself. So you've
In
got
scars we trust, in sauce we trust. Is that what you came up with? Ah, great.
no, it works. People
the
buy it,
sauce.
man.
Just your asshole goodbye.
You thought the album was going to rip your teeth out.
I once ate a chili sauce called Shit the Bed. And
Yeah?
it was intense.
Did you?
They live up to the name.
I made it somewhere first.
Man, hot sauce. Like I do like a little bit of hot sauce, but I did get caught out once when I was working at down Cooley. I went and got some hot wings, and I was like Homer Simpson in the desert. I couldn't work the rest of the day. I don't know what they did to it, but man, I was tripping balls on this on these chicken wings.
I was once signing merch at a desk at a festival, and we were giving people chilies and saying, if you want some signed merch, you eat a chili, and people would be like, oh, only if you eat one too. So I was trying to go one for one, and they were having one. I was going one for one, and I actually was like, oh, I wanted to go see this band called Low, and I jumped in the mosh pit, and I swear, like I was like high on the chilies. And I was like, oh, and then I was jumping up and down, and then there was a point where my stomach actually flipped, and I'm going to projectile vomit over everyone right now. So I run out of the pit, and I run into this guy I knew when I was a teenager, and him and his girlfriend are there, and he goes, oh, he signed my girlfriend's tits, and he gives me a pen, and I sign her tits, and I sign his chest, and then this other girl wants to be signed, and by the time I finished signing tits and chests and stuff, I'd forgotten I needed to vomit everywhere.
And was there a talking coyote? Did you find your soulmate? You know,
No,
like
none of that.
Homer
but I was
Simpson
just
in the
pleased
desert?
I didn't vomit over everyone.
Well, at least you didn't vomit everyone.
Yeah.
That's another thing. And you guys also signed to XMusic as well,
Yeah.
which is unreal. That's cool. How's it been working with those guys?
Oh, great.
Oh.
Yeah, Tim's awesome, man. Like, yeah, they're just awesome being part of their label. They, really helps in just so many ways, you know. Just
It's
getting
given us-
music out there.
Given us a lot of opportunities. You know, it's one of those opportunity comes along knocking, and you just have to take it. So it's kind of one of those.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
because he's got a lot of knowledge, you know, and then so when we are doing things, we're not doing it the dumb way. Sort of.
Yeah.
It'll come up with sort of a layout of just ways
What we
of,
need to do and-
release schedule, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah, how we should
Which
promote
helps
the
us
album.
know
Yeah.
what we've got to do in order.
And it's good because I've been getting stuff from, hey, shout out to Marek as well, who's taking care of PR. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Eric,
He's the man.
yeah. Those boys have been really pushing it hard, which is really cool to see. So, yeah, good dudes. Good
Yeah,
dudes.
they're good
Good
guys.
stuff.
It makes a difference to have that support and the structure and the people that are actually making an effort to attack things from different angles so that we're getting more interviews, we're getting on different stages, we're getting exposed to different people. It's a networking thing, and it's getting out in the world in different ways from experienced people.
Yeah,
It helps. It
absolutely.
helps. So it's not just us. When we're asleep, they might be doing something, and when they're not doing
Oh,
something,
they don't
we might
sleep.
be. Yeah.
I
they
tell you,
probably
man,
don't.
I've had emails at all. They'll tell you. I've had emails at all crazy times of night.
But someone's always working on it, whether it's us or them.
Yeah, 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
I think you guys should do this.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, nothing
Yeah, sweet.
nothing comes easy. You got to work really hard.
that's right.
And it doesn't matter what it is. It just never falls on your lap. You know.
No, you get the opportunities to come along, and you just got to take them when you can.
You know, you think about a diamond. A diamond is hard pressure. what makes one. That's how you make a diamond. You just fucking compress the shit out of it.
That's right. That's right. And some people, they don't understand that you gotta get cracking.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what about in other markets? Have you been sort of keeping tabs on that? Like even like back in New Zealand, things like that. Have you had a lot of?
Yeah, we're on through like the record label and that. We've been able to go on a lot of radio and back in New Zealand, so that's good. A few of them we actually know from back in the day. It's like are you from Tauranga originally? Like, yeah. I was like, we actually know each other.
Yeah. Some of the stations.
Yeah, the fellow from it's called Metal.
It's crazy the variety of radio stations that have popped out of the woodwork to play us, and we're in Germany and Norway, and a lot of our Facebook algorithm stuff. We're like Argentina and Indonesia and Malaysia, and there's a lot of people out there for countries that we wouldn't really think that we were hitting, but because we're trying to target with the Facebook ads and that, we're reaching other countries. So Australia is only one piece of 100 pieces.
Yeah.
We've had really good response from like Brazil and Indonesia.
Wow.
So they've got massive metal markets.
Yeah.
Like Indonesia's got the big
Yeah,
metal
Indonesia's
market
big.
in Southeast Asia.
So's Malaysia.
Yeah, so we promote into there a lot. In Brazil, just go
South America loves metal.
They do.
Yeah, shout out to South America. Good on
And
you.
Indo as well. Like, man.
Yeah,
as you
Indonesia.
mentioned, like it's my dream to
They
go
have great
there.
bands there too.
Panasonic
Play there.
festivals,
That's
yeah.
it.
It's the biggest on the side of the world.
That's my dream to play that actually, and tour Japan. That's the two on my bucket list, and then I'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, that would be good too.
Yeah.
Just
you never
play
know.
on a massive stage in front of people you can see, and I'm happy. I'll die happy, man.
Yeah.
Man, it's a dream,
You
mate.
spend your whole life just trying to get on that stage
That's it.
to have that feeling. You don't even want it for like, oh, look at me and I'm famous and all that. You want it so you actually, I did the thing and I made it, and I can sit there and have the experience of what it actually feels like to be just looking at that many people looking at you doing what you've trained to do
feeling
for
it.
20 years.
And I can sell all my music gear and then just go back to retirement.
Nah, because you're chasing the next thing, aren't you? It's
Yeah, once
that's
you
the
get
thing that-
there.
yeah, you're like, this
Once-
it's the next
once
thing.
you got a taste of that, you'd be like, oh, I'll do more of those. Yeah.
I got friends of mine just did Hammer Sonic. Freedom of I'm wearing the shirt.
Oh,
Freedom of Fear.
Great band.
Man, unreal band. Hey, look, if you're watching it, dudes, hey, we think that's awesome you did Hammer Sonic, because it was fucking unreal seeing the photos and footage of them. And they've worked hard for it. They're not kids. I call them kids because I'm like 5 times their age. But, man, they're just crushing it. And just seeing them up there playing for all those crazy Indonesia, man, I just want to experience. But knowing me, it'd be that one show. I wouldn't be wearing my glasses, and I would like fall off the stage. It'd be that one show that they'd be like, no, just stay in the one spot, man. Just
I have done that before.
yeah.
I have fallen off a stage.
The president of Indonesia likes Napalm Death and plays bass.
Huh?
Yeah.
See,
Even he's into it.
that's a dream, eh? That's a dream. Yeah, I think Albo needs to get in some fucking Napalm Death.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Get that into them, all
Our
right.
politicians need something to recommend them. I haven't seen anything yet.
If you're going to sing out anything to Albo, it's like support the local metal scene, Albo.
Put music
Yeah.
in the music
Not
is
destroy it.
important. Make it important in the budget, mate.
Yeah, I agree.
Music has just completely dropped off. Like the arts and the music have just been completely obliterated over the last 20 years, and they don't get barely any monetary or cultural support, and it's sad because I think Australians do like music, they do like culture, but it gets downplayed and second fiddle to so many other things.
Sport.
Yeah,
And good
sport.
old Spotify comes along and gives you 0.4 of a cent.
Yeah, that's it.
And yet Australians are listening to music. They listen to it in their TV shows. They listen to it in all their media. They are consuming art in all sorts of forms, and yet there's not many avenues for Australians artists to be paid for anything that people are consuming.
That's true.
It's
True.
sad.
Who was it? Wild Heart. You know the Wild Heart boys. Yeah. They just had one of their songs played on the footy the other night. Like, which is crazy. Like, that's massive for an Aussie band. Like, I've known bands that have had their songs played on like Home and Away in the old jukebox and stuff. You go, what are you? I heard you on the. I don't watch Home and Away, but I was flipping the channels.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's how I discovered Eskimo Joe, mate.
really?
Yeah.
See,
My girlfriend at the time loved Home and Away, and it came on, and it was an Eskimo Joe song on there. That's how I got on as well.
and that's
And
we
you hear
need
it on
more
the
of it.
radio, and you're like, oh, okay.
Cannibal Corpse on Ace Ventura.
See, there you go, and we need more of that. I think we need more of the more metal and rock and
Oh, what about Queen
Stuff.
of the Damned? Remember that movie?
oh man,
That was wicked soundtrack.
yeah.
That was-
Soundtracks, that's something I miss.
Yeah.
Is a good metal soundtrack. Like some of the bands that I discovered were from like Filter, which is one of my favorite bands of all time. Demon Knight soundtrack. The opening scene of that with Hey Man Nice Shot like changed my life. But kids these days I guess they don't have to experience that because they've got Spotify and all that bit. But there was something special about that. And then you'd go down, you'd get that soundtrack, and then you'd find, oh, what's this? Machine Head. Or, and there would be other bands on there,
Yeah.
Open
I
the
remember
doors.
when Judgment Night
Yeah, man.
And at the time, I was only a young fella, and I was into actually hip hop back then.
Yeah.
I was a little gangster thinking I was a hip hop motherfucker. No shit. And then it was like, who's Anthrax? Who's like all these bands? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go check them out. And then, bang, changed my life.
We used to have mixed CDs on the magazines.
Yeah.
Like on Heavy, early issues of Heavy and Blunt magazine and Terrorizer. It'd be CDs, and you'd be like, oh, okay, I'll check out this, and you'd be like, oh, what's that? It's a new thing. I haven't heard that. You'd be introduced to stuff that way.
I miss it. Maybe, or the VHS. Remember, you get a VHS.
Fuck.
That's a videotape, kids.
Yeah.
You got a VHS of some random metal or something?
Yeah, there
Off
used
a
to be
magazine?
from magazines. I think Metal Hammer used to do a VHS from time to time,
Fuck
and you'd have
off.
video clips. I've got one at
I
home
know
somewhere.
Roadrunner used to release wicked CDs.
Yeah,
They used to come out with some really like obscure stuff on it. You'd be like, who's
Middle
this?
compilations and that, eh?
I remember VHS
Yeah.
of like cunning stunts and stuff, but I don't remember there being compilations or anything.
it's a thing, man. I think I've still got one in a box at home somewhere, and it was like I think it was like Cradle of Filth and a whole bunch of other bands.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I had one that was on a tape.
Really?
Yeah, it was called Headbanger or something like that. And it had like AC/DC's Cold Hearted Band, which you probably won't find on most of their albums. It's a single by itself. And of course, Stephen Wolf and all those old bands, and Led Zeppelin was a mixtape. It was like before they came out with the CDs and VHS and everything. Way back when we used to record them off the radio.
Yeah, I used to. You'd sit there in front of like TV hits. Remember that, kids? And you'd have your little tape player. And you'd be sitting there around, and your mum would come in, and she'd be like, "Oh, do you want a sandwich?" You're like, "No, I'm trying to like record Soundgarden's Black Hole Sun, Mum."
Yeah,
And ruin it, and then you'd have to wait for the next week for it to come back again.
Yeah, you waited for hours for it to come around again. And you'd be sitting there with your finger on the button, just waiting for them to stop talking. As soon as they stop talking, God,
That's it. And you'd hear the clink.
Damn, we've got so many experiences that the younger generation's never going to experience those weird little things. They've got their own weird things, I guess, yeah.
Even how they learn music.
But you're making
That's it.
mixtapes, you know.
Well, we used to, it's like, hey man, you know how to play Into the Sandman by Metallica? Yeah, but I'm not showing you.
Yeah, it was trade secret recipe.
Yeah, it was like, before they had
It was hard to get tabs.
Yeah.
And they'd be wrong.
Always wrong.
And then now the kids just jump on their phone and it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to YouTube how to play this, and 2 weeks later, shredding.
It must be wild to be able to learn something from scratch from YouTube, because there was no resources.
No.
When I learned drums, I had nothing. I literally just tapping my legs with my hands. That's literally how I learned how to play drums, just listening to songs and just having to puzzle it out. And you might be able to, search, ask Jeeves for a bloody tabs, and you'd look on there and you'd be like X0, 0X, X0, and But there wasn't really. You could actually go into a music shop and actually buy the drum tabs for like Metallica's Black Album, and you're like, Yeah, but I don't have $89.95.
Yeah, it was always really expensive for
You
those
know,
tablets.
So you sit there and you flick through it and you try and memorize as much of it as you could.
Yeah.
Now you take a photo of every page with your kid.
Yeah, see? There's ways around things.
Yeah,
Kids
yeah.
are pretty
Want
clever.
to steal these tabs.
Yeah, that's right. And another thing is a secret track. I can't remember what I was talking about another band the other day. Secret tracks. We had to sit there and
We got a
fast forward.
secret track on the album. In Scars We Trust has a secret track. Just on the CDs.
Yeah.
So
'cause
get
I
the
got
CD because the CD has the secret track and also has an exclusive book of art.
There you go. Because I didn't
there's
know
a reason.
that.
There's
So
a
I've been
reason.
listening to the digital version.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So yeah, inside there's a book of art.
Look at that. Look. Okay. Has the secret track got a name?
What can I say?
Time of release.
Don't give away the secret track.
Here we go. All right. Okay.
Buy the
Keep
album.
your secrets.
Trying to get people
Tracks.
to buy the album.
Yeah. All right. So now you got to buy the album. Is it coming out on the old record on vinyl?
It will be at some stage.
Okay.
When we get a few orders in for that.
Yeah, when people
Okay.
start sort of inquiring about it, we'll.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
I think we're done. Step release. Because we had a very rigid release schedule with the record label. It's like, this single's going to happen there, and we're going to promote it this way. Then this single, and then the album, and then this single, and the CD this date, and that. But the vinyls is sort of waiting for once it has a bit of momentum.
Okay. Well, I would like a copy. I'm going to put down. So I got the
One
CD
pre-order.
now,
Yep.
and I want the
Put your pre-order money towards paying for the
$100.
vinyl.
Done.
No.
Do you take OnlyFans money? Yeah. All right. Yes, we do. All right.
Best kind of money.
Only metal fans.
I'm only. So that's what we need.
Start that.
There we go. All right. You heard it here
That's
first.
our new Patreon.
Yeah, all right.
Only metal fans.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to make videos of just me crying and eating food. 2-minute noodles because I'm a musician and I'm broke. But
Well, we are broke.
yeah, that's
$99.99 a month. We'll see you eating 2-minute
food.
noodles in your undies.
This spaghetti's cold, but the songs are good.
There's people out there. They're weird people out there. They'll watch you.
Really?
Yeah, they'll
reckon?
do that. They'll watch you eat
Or
noodles.
will they pay me to stop?
I'll pay someone to watch them eat my chilies.
Okay, that's a good plan. So you got to think.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It wrecks people.
It does.
We fed a Carolina with my other band. We fed a Carolina Reaper to the host of 4ZZ's metal show,
Yeah.
the guy, and he was put out by.
Is he alive still?
Yeah, he's still alive, but you can wreck people with those.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Fun.
That's why you got to get him to sign that waiver, right?
I took a packet of that. I think it's called Devil's Doo-Doo.
Yeah.
Jerky to work, and it's Carolina Reaper jerky. It's nasty. And what you do is you turn the packet over so people can't see what it is. They just, hey, what's it, jerky, man? Yeah, man. Yeah. And then, no shit. 40 minutes of fucking pain. Like 40 minutes later, they're still just crying, just like, this is just not cool, man. And one guy's like, spewing, I've got to go home. I said, mate, do not go home. I'm going to get in so much trouble. I'm going to get in so much trouble if you. And he's like, man.
That's how you get people to eat the Carolina Reaper, because you show them like some big yellow one that's pretty hot but not that hot, and they're like, no, that looks a bit gnarly. And you go, how about this little red one then? Just this little red one.
It's danger. I did that on my anniversary dinner this year.
We
We went
you
to
were
a Thai
popular.
place. My wife and I went and gave me a little bowl with these tiny little things. I was like, what's this thing? It's red. Usually means danger. But why would they do that? So I threw it down,
They were just bird's eyes.
and I had, and it was bad.
They're rough if you eat
My
a
wife's
bunch
like,
of.
are you all right?
How many did you eat?
You're turning purple. There's a few. And and then I'm sitting there.
They're not chips, mate.
Oh, well. I'm a hungry man. I'm a hungry hippo.
Bunnings-
Taking too long on my dinner.
Bunnings did me over. I bought these Santa Morte chilies and grew them, right?
Yeah.
And they come out orange. They're pretty gnarly looking. And they say on the packet, mild. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fucking mild, yeah. Chew on them. Fuck my life. And then I thought, I'll get a few of the others, see what they reckon, you know. The packet says on them they're mild. bring it to the boys. Fuck my life. they're pretty hot.
They give me the hiccups. That's the worst thing.
They
I
take
get
your
the
breath
painful
away, solid,
hiccups.
like you can't breathe.
Misprinted packets, mate. They
And
do that on purpose.
And then I
They
went
do,
online
eh?
and had a look. And they're
Big
supposed
chili
to
gets
come
you.
out Yellow.
Yeah, we'll get these
Supposed
bastards.
to come out yellow, but there was a little thing that says, but if they turn orange, then they're a lot hotter than. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
the fine
They really
print.
burn. Sorry, we misrepresented the wrong chilies on the packet. If they burn too much.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Sorry. Disclaimer at the bottom of the packet.
So yeah, what's next? Are you gonna hit the road? Are you got tour
Yeah.
plans? Like what's gonna
that's all-
happen?
That's all getting organised at the moment.
Yeah.
Sorting out all the tours in there. But yeah, big tours for the rest of the end. Yeah, well, the rest of the year pretty much, and into next year.
Tour just
If you want to see us where you live,
Towards
shout
you.
out to us and let us know.
Yeah,
Okay.
We can only come to you if you show support, if it's an obscure place or somewhere in between. So
Nice.
let us know.
we're pretty busy as far as local shows go from now to like July. Pussies, a little bit flat out. But after that, we hope to get away. Do go down to some places we've been to before and love it down there.
Sydney, Melbourne,
Newcastle, love it.
Newcastle.
Yep. Nui.
Yeah,
Yeah, Newcastle's
don't know what it
Shout out to Nui.
is. They just love it. They're awesome.
Nui's always been a good place for metal.
What about over the ditch? You gonna
Yeah,
Take it home?
Yep, eventually next year, hopefully.
That's in the
Yeah.
plans.
Yep.
But we're gonna have to see how that goes.
Yep.
That's definitely looking like next year.
Unreal. Well, boys, thanks for hanging out. It's been cool. Thanks for having us down here.
No worries.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having us, mate.
We will have all the links down here in the show notes and on the website up here in space. Mate, go get your copy. I can't do this all at once. In Scars We Trust is out now everywhere. You can stream it, but buy a copy and get some merch. Support the boys, and we will see you very soon.
Thank you.
Thank
very much.
you.
All good.